that while this class is ongoing, this class is strictly for TLS. For TLS, I don't know why you people are stealing the videos and posting them on YouTube. What would you gain? 3 different people have created channel in my name, posting video from the class. Why are you doing that kind of thing? It doesn't make any sense. If I want to do a YouTube, people will not even be happy if I do a YouTube channel today and I carry all this class content and go and post it. People will be the first people to go and drag me on Twitter if I do that kind of thing. Like this class we're having now, I carry the content and I just go and post it. A class you paid for, I just go and post it on YouTube. People will drag me, so stop doing it. Stop taking the videos, people's premium access. Don't. If I want a YouTube channel, I can create it. I'm already doing a lot on Twitter. I'm posting like so many things. Some people are even coming to my DM that why am I posting Kem Arrow on Twitter? So please stop that. So anywhere you see this video that is not in the TLS mentorship, YouTube or anywhere, just know that this video was stolen. Okay, so let's begin. We're talking about that open close again today. Open close key level, that's OCL. Now I'm going to be taking random questions. Like I said, I'll be using frequently asked questions from the previous class to get today's topic. So the moderator will be forwarding it to my iPad here, and I'll just be reading it. So in all the groups, use the general let's use the setup and analysis. Everybody ask your question in the setup and analysis of each group. Only that place I'll be reading, only that place you'll be copying from. Setup and analysis for 1 till 1.0. like all of you ask your questions in that particular segment. All right, setup and analysis. I'm going to get the questions from there. I'm going to get the questions from there to answer. Setup and analysis, just there, please, to avoid confusion. But before I start, I'm going to show you again how the open close looks like. It's very simple. 2 candles of the same color. See, this is the open close, and I also stated that it can come in an inverse form. This is for buy, sell, 2 bearish candle. Now most of you are asking questions of what like we already did in the former class, and then I think that was this morning I told that person, are you sure you attended the class? Because that person was asking me what is the use of these candles. It was so obvious that that person was not in the class. So now the failure of this open close for a buy is just price invalidating it with the body. It's now an inverse, which means that you could also see a rejection from the next candle in the week like this. It's now an inverse. Before it was a buy open close and we expected a rejection from here to continue the buy. This I'm talking about like daily time frame, but that did not happen. What happened? We closed with the body, making it towards an inverse open close. and then what? We then have a rejection here in the inverse, so it's no more a buy, it's now a sell. So if this daily close, what you have to do is then go to the lower time frame that just follows suit, which is what? From daily to 4 hours. Daily reject daily, 4 hours breakout. If you want to enter from 4 hours, it is your choice, but know that your SL will be big. It is your choice. That's why I found a way for us to refine it to the lower time frame, which means that after that rejection from 4 hours from the daily, and then we get our breakout in the 4 hours, we should have another rejection in that 4 hours, and then we should have a breakout in the 1 hour, then our entry. Simple. Daily reject daily. It can also work in weekly. Weekly reject weekly, then we get our daily. Look at it here. Weekly reject weekly, then we get our daily breakout. Can also be refined to 4 hours. Do you understand? But daily reject daily is more like, because we are like day traders. So each day you have to look for the daily close. What is the daily close saying for each new day? If this is the previous daily close, this one here, that most likely, maybe let's say we have a resistance candle here before, you can't be using this one for the new day. If this is the new day and this one close with the body, invalidating both this inverse right here, invalidating both this inverse. Now you do not have to enter with this one, say that we have a rejection here. No, this is nowhere. Hope I'm recording okay. This is nowhere this rejection occurred. This is the most recent candle over here. So you have to wait for the previous day close to determine your new setup. Just as today now is Sunday, it's going to be Monday soon. Once we like get to like 10, the market will open from like 10:30 and the rest. Now let me use that USD JPY to explain something. Now you can see I already marked it here. This is the inverse open close. You can see where it rejected here. Now some people were asking that in cases where it rejects in both buy and sell, what do we do? Now you know very well that a breakout cannot occur at the same time in both buy and sell. So whichever has that breakout first, if it rejects here and rejects here, only one can break out in 4 hours first. So that one that breaks out first is where the directional bias is coming from. You can just take note of the two, and just as this one is now, let's assume that okay, we had a rejection here. Let's assume that this candle here rejected in this on fresh open close, because of course we have like 1, 2, 3 weeks tap on this, so let's just call it on fresh. Now if we have this guy here that rejects here and also rejects here, if in the daily, in the 4 hours, let me put something here to indicate this, because this is a sell rejection, we have to go to the 4 hours, look for 4 hours breakout. Now looking at this is our 4 hours breakout. I know most of you will be thinking that it is this one, these two things here. No, this is where price tapped on. These candles are the ones building. This candle is here before. This is not it, this is it. Now if price breaks this, this is now a breakout. it's now obvious to you that it's not going to be that buy, because okay, as of when price will break this, let's go back to the weekly, the daily rather. This is how it's going to look. So if price should break this, it's kind of obvious that it may break with the body and invalidate this as well. So this will no longer be valid for a buy. So you are not looking at this anymore. Let's go back to the 4 hours. Now after this, now why I said it's better to refine is this. If you want to enter this trade, can you enter a sell from this key level like this? Even if you say, okay, fine, let's take 50%, because you can also enter, we can enter like this. After a breakout, you can enter like this, which is QM arrow. We can also enter like this, which is normal. Resistance becomes support, support becomes resistance. Breakout, then we test on the breakout. Then some people enter at lower time frame, open close. It's always at the extreme, like the extreme. You see that there's a difference between this, and this, and it is best entered on lower time frame, which is you've already gotten your directional bias from the higher time frame. Now after this breakout, you may like to see like a rejection. If price should retest on this place, good and fine, it can help you reject here. If you reject here, then this becomes your rejection. Even if it doesn't reject in this place, even if you close with the body here, it can still create another rejection for you. As long as this breakout has happened, the next thing you should look out for is your rejection in these 4 hours. Then we look out for our breakout in the what's the name, in the 1 hour time frame. Both this open close can be taken in the lower time frame. But me, I just use it mainly for getting my bias. I'm very, very like conversant with QM arrow. I'm very conversant with QM arrow. I don't even like to try out so many entry models at the same time. Sorry, give me a minute. Okay, so I think this is just the recap I need to do. The other things I'll be saying now is just based on your questions. Now, whenever you hit an SL using your directional, like your directional bias is correct, now know that every other person in the world that uses normal rejection breakout took that SL, whether you see them talk about it or not. Every other person in the world, I'm not even saying just TLS, because previous daily close, previous daily rejection is not today it started. It's not even start from TLS, and it's not even going to end with TLS. It's just that a lot of people has refined it to their understanding. That's what makes trading simplified, refining it to the best of the best. Understand, like the way you can understand it. That's why they have like this person's strategy, Sabii strategy, this person's strategy. It's not like we invented these things. No, whether they tell you that they are the inventors of it, in reality these things exist from past data. Like I told you before, how did I get to see these things? I was like studying, and then I observed this thing happening frequently, and then I had to do what? Ask around, make inquiry, paid someone, and then I got to like, okay, this is it. Do you understand? So once you are in line with your directional bias, your trade is supposed to go well. So in cases where it doesn't go well, know that it is not just you, and it's not even your fault, except if it's your own personal fault that, okay, you're supposed to enter here, you enter another place. Or like some people that are trying to tweak this thing, I got some questions that I was just laughing. Some people were asking, what if we have the rejection and we don't have the breakout in the 4 hours? The rule is simple: reject, breakout. Entry from 4 hours is your choice. If to you as a trader, you trader this or trader what can enter a trade like this, I don't know what your issue would be. It's your own choice. It's your choice. If you, this thing here is your SL, it's your choice. Do you understand me? It's your choice, alright? But to my best knowledge, if somebody can refine something as big as this to this, I don't see a problem with it. So except you are doing the wrong thing, you are not following the rules that says rejection first, then you go to the next time frame below, or you are trying to get your rejection from, like somebody was asking me very annoying question. He said, what if we decide to get a rejection from 15 minutes time frame? Like your rejection, your daily rejection from 15 minutes, and you call it daily rejection. How can daily come from 15 minutes? It's not even possible. I replied a lot of people. I said, follow the rules as you were told. If you want to tweak it, it should be using like your preferred entry model. You shouldn't be trying to negotiate, is there a breakout, is there a rejection. Is as time goes on, you can on your own, as you're trading, start observing some other things happening. For example, after a rejection and then 4 hours has not broken out, but you manage to get an entry. That one is like after somebody has traded a particular thing for some time, then you can get like some understanding about it. It's not when you are just learning something for the first time. It doesn't work like that. Do you understand me? So my little advice is this: don't try to tweak this thing for now. I know that you guys know it, no problem, but for now, just do as you were told. Just do as you are told. Okay, so let me start reading the questions and answering them. Like I said, it's simple. I don't know if I should write it down for you people. It's very simple. Daily reject daily, weekly daily reject daily, 4 hours breakout. To refine is very simple. 4 hours, after the 4 hours breakout, we have 4 hours rejection, and then we have our 1 hour breakout. Then you get your entry from QM from normal LBS SB which is this second one here, or you use your normal open close at the extreme. And these entry models are subjective to pairs. Like this USD JPY, something I've observed with it, it really loves using QM. Like really loves using QM. So you have to know your pair, like know it. People used to study you study to show yourself approved, worthy of that profit. Let me get the questions because we are already at after 10. I wouldn't want to take much of your time. Okay, I don't think this one is a question. He just said, understanding higher time frame bias and key level is a blessing. I believe we can all take advantage of this blessing. And then he dropped his trade. Okay, it's about like 1 to 10 weeks to reward us. So I'm talking about questions. Just give us some questions. Okay, now this is TLS 2.5. The first question I'm seeing here, he said, must the breakout be an SBR or LBS? What if it's just a normal A or V-shaped breakout? What you call this A or V-shaped breakout could still be seen as this A and V, could still be seen as SBR and the rest. Now let me show you guys something. Let me clean all of this out of here first. Now this is where our breakout should occur on the 4 hours. Now let me go to the line chart. You can see that this is a V-shaped, so it could still be seen as A or V shape. As long as it is SBR and LBS, it must be SBR or LBS, and it's still going to look like this V shape. Now another thing is you can take advantage of this line chart. There are some hidden QM arrows you may not see. When you go on this line chart, you just like see them. I think what trade was that? Was it this USD JPY that somebody was asking, how did I like see that QM arrow? I think it should be this trade here. I don't know whether it's this one. Let me draw this line. I don't know. Okay, this 4 hours. This 4 hours. It will not show. But let me just draw this. It looks something like this. But okay. Now look at how this thing looks here. Do you know that this thing here, this was a valid support? I told you guys, no matter how small that candle is, as long as it's a body broke with the body, this thing here is a support that broke. This was a support before, turned resistance, got invalidated, price came back to it. So like in this line chart now, it's kind of visible as a QM arrow, though this is 4 hours, and price still used it. Let me go to 1 hour. Let me take this off. I'm looking for that particular trade that person used to ask me that question. I'm sure that is like USD JPY. I think it was the week before this one we just finished. Okay, I think this is it. Let me draw this first. Okay, exactly. Now you can see that this here is a QM arrow, A shape for buy, V shape for sell, A shaped like this. You see that it's very much visible on this line chart. So after you've gotten your bias and everything, if you just want, especially if you're using like QM arrow, you can see it very well with this line chart. You can see I took this trade. I just put my SL. I think somewhere here, I can't really remember. I used the line chart, so I don't really. Okay, I think I put it around this level. Yeah, this should be, because I used this as my second protected low after using this one, because when I went I saw that like there was some kind of wick here, but I really could not cover this. I can't cover this wick, so it's too big. So this was the trade. I closed at 1 to 3, as you can see. If you go to my Twitter, it is here. So the line chart, you can also take advantage of it to know with this A and V shape stuff. Why I just told you guys SBR and LBS is because it's more simplified, because that's already what you know. I think the market has opened. It's moving already this past 10. Yep. So you can see that we have this rejection from where, from open close. So our directional bias for the week, for the day, because it's subjective to change as the day goes by, because this is daily bias we are using. We're using weekly bias, we have started from the weekly, so we are using daily bias, so it's subjective to change after today. This is valid until Tuesday. Monday closure will determine what Tuesday bias will be. Don't forget. So one day, 4 hours, this is the breakout we are expecting on USD/JPY before we conclude that okay, we should refine to get our entry. So I think your number one question has been answered. Then number two, you say if it's an LBS or SBI, what if the body of the candle that taps on the POI? I don't understand. If it's an LBS or SBR, what if the body of the candle that taps on the POI? If it's an LBS or SBR, what if the body of the... I don't understand that number two. Number three, what's the meaning of front testing? How do you front test? This thing we are doing now is front testing. You may not even take the trade, but you are using the current price action. You are not going to pass data. You are using the current price action. What you are anticipating price, you don't know the outcome already. Back testing, you already know the outcome because it has happened. Okay, what if the disruption and inducement are on the same level like in the image? If it gets taken out, is it a valid internal or change of character? If the inducement and disruption are on the same level in the image, you get taken out, is it a valid internal or change of character? I don't know, is this what you mean? Like, we have inducement here and at the same time we have disruption like this, like equal low. Then the both of them is the inducement. Then when you have an equal low, it's a liquidity. I don't know if you guys have not heard of equal low liquidity. When you have something equal, like the two of them is the inducement, is the next one that is disruption. This, if it's equal, it's an equal low liquidity. Price you sweep the both of them. Can you name the pairs you trade, both forex and synthetic? I dropped some for you guys now. Just check the announcement. Let me check others. Breakout, the most recent key level after the rejection. What if it's on fresh? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the breakout. It doesn't matter if it's on fresh. It doesn't matter if it's on fresh. Check the opening and closing of the candle after a rejection occurs. What do you mean by that in the last class? Check the opening and the closing. Okay. Just like this daily now, you can see that obviously price closed here. It went all the way down to this level and it closed here. So obviously you can see that we are coming from the sell side, not the buy. So that's just what I mean. What if two candles have no rejection or weak? That is, the two corresponding candle opens strong without a weak. Do you consider that a rejection? A rejection has to happen with the weak now. This is an example of open close for bearish. The person that said do example open close using bearish market. This USD, you see that as price opened for this USD/JPY, it just started selling. But like I said before, this is not enough reason to take a sell trade. but a rejection is one step closer. So we get, why did you take the last resistance instead of the first resistance with the long wick? The last resistance instead of the first resistance with the long wick. Can you drop a chart example quickly? The next one, the example you gave was using JPY. Why didn't you use the first key level that occurred as your breakout? Instead, use the lower. Why didn't you use the first key level that occurred? Is it this one you're talking about? Why did I use the first key level that occurred? Is it this one? This one, price did not reject on this. It closed with the body above it. It rejected with this one. I don't know if that's what you mean. No. What if the breakout happens in 4 hours before the close of the daily candle? Is it still valid? No, it's not valid. How do you have a breakout when you don't have a rejection? A breakout happening in 4 hours when the rejection candle has not closed, is that even possible? Why do we have this place as our rejection, as our breakout from the 4 hours? Is because we already have our daily rejection. Here you can see this thing was on Friday. Today now is Monday on the chart, and price have started. It has left this one and it has entered here. So after this rejection, we go down to the lower time frame to look for our breakout. There's no how we can have a breakout without any rejection. You having a breakout without any rejection is just like your normal break or structure, and you are trading something really different from what we are doing. Let me check the next group. Ask your question in only the setup and analysis. How do I join the live section? Wow. Setup and analysis. Let's take questions from there. In a case whereby price rejected from the 4 hours and on 1 hour, price created a QML but didn't trigger the QML and went for the QML below and triggered the buy first. In a case whereby price rejected from the 4 hours and on the 1 hour, price created a QML but didn't trigger the QML, and it's good to indicate if you're talking about a buy or sell, but let me just guess. In a case where price created a 4 hours breakout and rejection for a sell, for example, and then it creates a buy, it doesn't matter. If price creates a buy and sell and your directional bias is telling you that our point of interest coming from the higher time frame is sell, neglect that buy. It's better you even hit SL taking that sell and then price change bias the next day. Like this USD JPY, when I was checking this pair this morning, I observed that something happened before the week closed. This long week that happened here, before this long week, I observed something. This is a previous day rejection. This was when okay, let me go to the daily. It takes just one SL. See, normally there's something I do tell myself. I think I said this in TLS 1.0. It takes just one SL for you to know that price has changed trend in the higher time frame. You need just one SL, just one, to indicate a change of trend. For example, now there was a buy rejection here in this resistance that became a support from the 1 hour time frame. When was this? On Wednesday, right? So normally from Wednesday we are supposed to take a buy on Thursday. So this is where the rejection occurred here. I don't know how to make that bold, so I'll just say so 4 hours. I think this is it. Now we also got one rejection here. This candle rejecting in this support one, and then it started buying. We had another rejection here. After that, my bad. After that rejection, we need to look for our breakout first. So our breakout, this was where the rejection occurred in that daily. Now our breakout is this guy. this one. So after our breakout now, first fair to say we are taking a buy. Am I right? Good. So now the buy is here. Price triggered it with this candle, this next one here. After this breakout, triggered this buy here, and then we had another rejection so that we can navigate to the lower time frame. We had rejection number 1 here. We had rejection number 2 here. Now let's assume that when did this one occur? I think this should be in the night or so, but let me do something here. Now let's see if we also got an entry from the lower time frame. After this breakout here, we got a rejection in the 4 hours. Let's go to the 1 hour. So from the 1 hour, our 1 hour rejection is our 1 hour breakout is, this is it, then this is the breakout here. As you know, there is no sane person that we enter from here like this. There's nobody, except if you enter 50% and it did not even trigger. So there is nobody that will enter from this, except if there is another method you enter from that I don't know. But after this breakout here, then price started buying. Let me go back to the 4 hours to see. Then we had another rejection here. Let's say we did not get any entry there. We had another rejection here. Then we go to the 1 hour to look for our breakout from the next candle. Then this is our breakout, just right here. Now if you go to the line chart to see if we have a valid QM arrow, you see that of course we do. Our QM arrow is this guy here. Like I said, it takes just one SL to know that trend have changed. If this thing did not happen, let me go back to this one here. I don't know. Okay, 1 2 3. Now if this SL did not happen on Friday, we will not be selling today. You see, as market just opened, it opened with sell. So it takes just one SL to know that we have changed trend. So if price is showing both buy and sell, and your higher time frame bias is telling you a buy, take your buy. It doesn't matter what's the worst that can happen. A change of trend, you follow suit the next day, and once that change of trend occurs, you know that okay, we are no more in this particular trend. Do you understand? Let me also indicate something. Now also look at this in this light. Now I told you guys that once you are on the right path with your higher time frame bias, your disruption and inducement will align by itself. On a normal day, using our disruption and inducement, we all know this is not a valid break of structure. This guy is out. Now we have what? We have this guy here. We have a sweep here and then a break. Inducement, this low. Then the next one, we have this, a break. Disruption. So internally we have changed trend, and it still aligns with what our directional bias from the daily is saying. That's why we have what? A rejection candle in the inverse open close, just right here, and that's why this is selling. It's just a simple way to don't stress yourself looking for inducement and disruption. Just get what your daily is saying, then check if it aligns. Simple. Let me check the second question. For the 4 hours rejection, the candle has to close before looking for the 1 hour, right? Before the 1 hour breakout, right? Yes, the candle has to close, because these pairs can be funny. Just as this thing is now, it may get to this point and then okay, it breaks out at this level, and I will start expecting it to sell, to close with the body here. It must close with the body for it to be a breakout. Then instead of it to close with the body, it close with the wick. Then there is no breakout. Now imagine you that have already got your 1 hour entry. It will just come back and take you out. So no use if you're not following the rules. I noticed that some breakouts, when price is reacting to the breakout, it tends to go inside the 4-hour breakout. At that point, what do one do? Everything I'm explaining is what you say I should talk about now. What I'm explaining is still what you want to hear. What you are asking is, you said, can you talk about breakout for buys and also for sales in today's section? You mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not possible we check those 4 pairs. Some confuse the breakout to be a major break of structure, while some is the first key level breakout. Is the first key level breakout is the first. Why this is not valid is because this is where this rejection happened, the open close inverse in the daily. Now if this is the first, let's assume that these candles were not here. Where would this breakout be? Here, of course. So now that they are here, it doesn't still change the fact that this was what price created. If there was a breakout, can I start the 4 hours for my directional bias? Why? Oh my god. If there was like another support key level here, when price breaks that support key level, that becomes your breakout. It doesn't have to come here then. This breakout is not about the break of structure. It's not a break of structure. It's just price taking out like support or resistance. Let's check. In this case, price rejected multiple times before the final breakout. I took the first rejection and hit SL before price finally created the extreme rejection. How do we know which rejection to take when price is unsure? I don't understand. Are you taking your entries from the rejection? Is there something I'm not getting? Are you taking your entries from the rejection? You're taking your entries after your bias price has completely given you what you wanted, and that is doing from daily to 4 hours breakout, rejection, and then down to your lower time frame. See on USD can't we take the chem arrow on 1 hour? You cannot take it just yet until this guy is broken, and then this guy also gives us a rejection after it breaks. See, let me tell you one thing you don't know. Price can change bias immediately. This is the chem arrow all of you are talking about. It's already playing out now. What else? It's already playing out to come and break this 4 hours stuff. It's already playing out, but it's for you to be on the safer side. If you did 1 to 3, you should be out by now. But the truth of it is, this is a risky way to just enter. That's some of the things that you hear, that market just open, the guy don't hit SL. It's this type of trade. Allow the market to balance, you enter into it. Can higher time frame and lower time frame S&R be unfresh? Using storyline, can we counter trade? It's your choice. So if you want to counter trade, then it's not your business to go to higher time frame now, because the higher time frame cannot give you a counter trade. You are always in line with the structure once you go there. Like this sell that happened here, this sell that happened in this USDJPY, this one was a normal counter trade. It did not show in the higher time frame, and from daily it did not show. There's nobody that will show me that this sell had a rejection from higher time frame? No. So this one now is a counter trade, and you don't even need to go to the 4 hours daily to go and get bias here. So you see, because once you go there, it's going to put you in line with the trend. The only question I have is, according to this USDJPY, price did not break out on the 4 hours after the previous daily close, so we're waiting for the breakout on the 4 hours. This is still valid because we now have a new day close. You are using previous day close to trade now, so your daily close has already occurred, which is this rejection here, this open close. Then your 4 hours breakout, price has even gotten to the 4 hours breakout, obviously here. So what we expect to see is, let this 4 hours candle close before morning. It go down close, it will close, and when it close, most likely it can even give us, because this is a very fresh support that became a resistance, it can give us a rejection here. It can give us a rejection here from the 4 hours. This entry is not, this one has played out. This one no day again. This one is not with us again. It is that rejection this pair can give us now that can now make us divert again to 1 hour to get our 1 hour breakout again, and then continue from whatever was happening here. But I know, of course, some of you people have already taken this trade. Fine, I'm just telling you to be on the safer side. After 1 hour breakout, if there's no KML, what will you do? Do you wait for KML to fall, or just leave it to form, or you just leave it trade? Because I noticed that price would move and later go back and create KML and invalidate it. Something like that happened on NAS 100 last week. KML on NAS 100. Why did I not see it? I did not see any trade like that. Allow price to give you what rules do you need again now? There's no rule aside this thing I used to say: daily reject daily, 4 hours breakout, or weekly reject weekly, daily breakout. If you want to refine it, you just repeat that same thing in the next time frame again. Why did I go for? I already explained this one now. This person is asking, why did I go for this guy and not this guy? I already explained that one. Let me check the last group before. On the 4 hours breakout and rejection, where should it be found? Right or left? Left. Should be found by the left. Why waiting for the rejection on the 4 hours to go to entry? Entry has already played out and is going in that direction. What do we do then? Wait. What do? You wait. Trading is patience. You wait. Or you wait for the next daily rejection. After a rejection of the daily time frame, I move down to the 4 hours for the breakout. If price breaks out, forms an entry, skips it, and creates another entry setup, can I still take that second entry? Yes. If price, you have to go back to the 4 hours to look for a new rejection from there. Please, in these charts, jump 100, which of the 4 hours breakout is correct, and how do I identify the valid breakout? First of all, to start with, where is your rejection? Your rejection from the daily will determine where your breakout should be. You did not indicate where your rejection is. I'm not saying it. we have to stop here. I've given you a list of the pairs. Now check the announcement section, Gerard. See, what don't you understand it? Let me clear this thing again. This person is saying, why did I not use this one as the breakout? Why did I use this one? It's very simple. Let us assume that these candles are not here. If these candles are not here and price has already rejected here, which it rejected from, where is that last key level it created? Is this one that it formed there? It's just the next candle. Nothing it's just like, because it's just equal low. Nothing concern these people here. This is the left side. This is the most recent key level. This is a support now that has been broken. That is where that breakout name is coming from. We have to stop here. The moderator will compress the video and send it to the group. How to get pairs to trade? Is it by constant checking of the pair? I have listed some good pairs for you now. Just check them out. USD JPY can go with QMRO. Those ones I listed, they can go with QMRO. NAS 100, SPX, they can go with QMRO. So we have to stop here for today. Why do you want to start from 4 hours for directional bias? Some of you, I will say the same thing. You still say you want to do it. It's left for you as you are analyzing whatever works best for you at the end of the day. Okay, thank you so much, and see you in the next section. Next section is still going to be like this. That's how we're going to do till a majority of you understand. So don't rush. God will help us all. Amen.